Hello Virgo, and welcome to my channel. This is your fortnightly reading for August the 16th through to the 31st. So this means we are moving from Leo season into Virgo season. So happy birthday to all you beautiful, I don't know how you'd call it, Virgoans, Virgos. Happy birthday anyway, and celebrating your season, which is really great because I get a sense for you when I tune in for you, Virgos, that this is like a major energy shift for you. You've been put through the ringer with all this energy that's been, rumbles and change and all this energy that's happening in your fellow earth sign, Taurus, in terms of a lot of things changing at this moment, big energetic shifts going on. And it's like you're right at the end of your solar cycle, the month before your birthday. This is where your solar energies are at their lowest. So you've had to deal with all this intensity with being a little bit tired. So this is where there's a soul weariness or a fatigue that comes in. So that's why I feel like once we hit, your season, you're like, woohoo, the sun is in my sign. I can charge back up again like a battery, plug yourself back in and go, okay, now I've got some energy to be able to deal with some of these big things that I've been dealing with, and that I'm feeling like you might have a sense of vitality as well, which is really nice, and a sense of now you can tackle a few things and you've got the motivation and drive and energy to be doing. So this is a great time also to do anything with your health as well. Any kind of health regime around caring for your health or improving your health in any way, or just a little, detox or program or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be a big thing, but I just sense that will also just give a little extra boost on top of the boost that you're getting from the sun. We have as a situation the Ace of Feathers, mental clarity and foundation. So this is the equivalent of the Ace of Swords. So it's like, boom, suddenly everything becomes a lot clearer. Your mind might even be a lot clearer. You might be able to focus a little bit better, which is actually going to be really good. And it's this sense of, look at this beautiful goat just going, right, I'm feeling really happy. So this is where it's also might be a lot easier for you to clarify something with somebody or to speak openly and honestly about something as well. There's clear communication that's coming through. So the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Feathers can sometimes be a really great idea or some new ideas that are coming through for you that I like that. It just feels good. It feels like finally, we can see, I just like the look of this goat. It looks like it's looking upwards, onwards and upwards, feeling like, a little bit of a rise in energy and feeling like, okay, I can dream a little about this and see something clearly now where I perhaps couldn't in the past because of all that kind of dealing with all those changes in the Leo energy of the fire. And it's just like, okay, I don't have the energy for all of that, but now you do. So this is great. What's shifting and changing for you, Virgo, at this moment in time? And this is where you could come up with a really brilliant idea with this Ace of Feathers. It's like, aha, now I know. So what's shifting and changing for you? I feel like these things kind of just slid out. So it might have a sense of things are getting a little bit easier. Pentacle 8, Mercury, Virgo, that is your work, okay? Things are shifting, changing, new ideas. The Ace of Feathers which is the Ace of Swords, can sometimes mean new contracts or adjustments to contracts as well coming in. We've got Wand 8, Jupiter, Sagittarius, and Sword, Princess, Air, Palace. Again, expansion of ideas that's coming in around your work. Definitely a lot of things that are coming in, or something that you're working on in your life if you're not working at this moment in time. So you might be coming up with some brilliant ideas around all of that, which could be really great. But new ideas with the Ace of Feathers are new. If you've been having any issues with anxiety or just not being able to communicate with somebody, this is where a new cycle can come through with that. The 9 of Cups. So the situation is things starting to line up for you. Fulfillment. What is fulfilling you here? So these new thoughts, new ideas are bringing more fulfillment because we've got Jupiter, Sagittarius there. It's like whatever these new ideas that are coming in with the Sword Princess, Jupiter just wants to go, boom, let's expand this. This could move in all sorts of different directions. So opening your mind up to all sorts of interesting new possibilities and things. Crossed by the 3 of Pentacles, we've got victory and success in your mind here with the 6 of Wands. 8 of Cups, yeah, you're wanting to walk away from something that's not fulfilling. This is what we're saying. Anything like the 9 of Swords is anything that's been like, and this is the recent past, something that's kind of been troubling you inside of your mind or struggles. Okay. Justice and the Ace of Feathers, the two cards that represent contracts or new contracts or changes to negotiation to contracts. So interesting, definitely new contracts coming in, or, working with contracts can be, legal issues, legal contracts, but they can be things that you agree to do. This could be, some kind of soul contract that you've agreed to step into here. You're presenting as the Queen of Wands. You're like, yep, I know what I want and I'm going to go get it. Surrounding you, the Three of Swords. So there is something that's kind of been niggling at you here that's been hurting you. It could have been disappointing. And we have the Three of Cups, though you want celebration. And we have as an outcome the Hierophant. Okay, so new commitment coming in, and the Ten of Pentacles. Could be something very stable and something big. So this could also be a period of achievement as well, and recognition that's coming through for work that's been kind of completed. So let's look at the situation. We've got the Nine of Cups. This is quite literally, look at all these cups lining up here, and how happy is this person here? Very happy and fulfilled. It's because a lot of work has been put into those cups. If you think those cups are your emotions, how you've been feeling about something, and you're kind of getting over the other side of it now, which is really good. So this character is looking for fulfillment. It is crossed by the Three of Pentacles. So maybe look at who the people, the projects that you're working on, the things that you're working on at this moment in time, and who you're working with. There's something around that if this Three of Pentacles is crossing it, it may be that there are things around that you might want to shift and change. But it's also the Three of Pentacles is around your own gifts and abilities and your skills in this world, your value, how valuable you're feeling at this moment in time. So it may be a little bit of a challenge of like, you've got this, Virgo, you can do this. And you're like, oh, can I? I don't know. But I think the Three of Pentacles is actually a really good card. So it's not really blocking you in some way. But I just would say if there's a collaborative and if you're looking at productivity as well and collaborations, they are things that could be, you might want to shift and change in your work at this moment in time. So, yeah, interestingly, the Six of Wands is around success, recognition, being seen, accolades, rewards, victory and success coming through for you, Virgo. So it's very much, where you're winning at something, you're doing really well at something. And it's interesting with this Three of Pentacles because this is where you kind of maybe want to stand out in the crowd, or there's someone around you that's a little bit of wanting to take the limelight, where it's more of a group project or a group energy. So it can be both of those things, either or. But yeah, the Six of Wands, I think that you're wanting to bring in some successful energy into your life with this new idea that's coming in. And this could definitely be around upskilling. So you want to sort of stand out from the crowd in what it is that you're doing. This is like master craftsman energy, like wonderful, beautifully made things, like great skill that's coming in with this. So if there's something that you've got the idea that you want to do and you're looking at who the people around you are that would work best with this, maybe you're like thinking about negotiating or renegotiating this in some way. Maybe you're thinking, well, what skill levels does everybody have? What skills do I need? Do I need to go and study, or, is there a short course or some sort of course? So there's all these things that you kind of logistics that you're looking at here. At the base, we have the Eight of Cups. So it's interesting because you've got the Nine of Cups as the situation. The Eight of Cups is where what's happening deep down is that you've tried all the cups with something, you've found them wanting. Something is emotionally not fulfilling you anymore, and you're in the search for fulfillment with that Nine of Cups. So this could be to do with connections, like emotional connections to people at your work, to the actual content of what you're making, the environment, the place, the whole career, or whatever it is that you're working on here. So there's something that you're detaching emotionally from or walking away from and just going, nah, that's not fulfilling me. So yeah, very, very clear. I think you'll see things very clearly because in the recent past, we've got the Nine of Swords. So this is where something's potentially been stressing you out, or there could be something that was worrying you, something was going around your mind, and it's like around and around and around. It could be mental overwhelm as well. This is where we're getting that fatigue, like there was just a lot going on inside your mind. It could have been disrupting sleep with this Nine of Swords. it could have been that there was something that it was hard to kind of work on these new ideas or step into this energy for worry or fear. So next to the Three of Swords as well, this is kind of like there's potentially been something there could have been something that's come up around your health for some of you, where the universe has just pointedly shown you where they're giving you some information around where it wants you to kind of make this shift and change. So that's something that can come up with that Three of Swords, or just somebody's done something to hurt you. There's some sort of pain point with the Three of Swords energy there that is listen to that. Like that could be an annoying person, it could be a health issue, it could be, just frustration, it could be not getting enough money. It's like a wound that's being triggered here. There's something that's kind of like constantly being like blah, 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 blah in the background. And so I think the universe has given you a little bit of a message, and it hasn't been clear until now how to actually move forward with it, which is actually really good because you've got the Justice coming up in the near future, the Justice card. And this is about balance, restoring balance where something's been out of balance, bringing back some fairness. So with these collaboration, these three people here, or these people you're working with, has somebody been taking on too much of the load, or somebody not contributing as much? How has it been a fair situation? As just kind of, these are sort of the questions that come in with the Justice energy. There's an impartiality to it. So the Justice energy is contracts, but it can also be legalities as well. So I think you're definitely going to be looking at contracts, thinking about contracts. This could be new contracts, it can be ending contracts, it can be renegotiating contracts. It's just contracts is going to be something on your mind here that you're going to be dealing with in the near future. Now, if some of you are waiting for legal decisions to be handed down, these with the Ace of Feathers, the Ace of Swords, is a very good energy for something to come through clearly around that. And yeah, I think that is, it feels reasonably positive. If that Three of Swords is there, that would suggest that the waiting, or this whole situation that's been hanging over you, has kind of been hurting you in some way. So, but luckily that's what you're moving away from, which is really good. We have the Queen. This is you, the Queen of Wands. So this is you. You've kind of gone, yeah, I've picked up a few things in Leo season because she is the Leo energy. And I have, I feel like you've been working with a lot of energy. We always work with the energy of our season, of the season that you're in, but you always take positive, like you can take positive things if you want to. And so the Leo energy has kind of been asking of you how you want to shine in the world and be recognized, how you want to be valued for who you are. And so I feel like there's been, even though it hasn't been clear exactly what that may have been, and it feels like maybe there's a part of you that's come back and you're reconnecting to on a kind of bigger soul level here. But this is where you've been sitting with it and just going, right, I'm really working out what it is that I want here with this Queen of Wands energy. Is very discerning as well. It's like, I'm not going to just jump straight into something if it doesn't feel right. I'm not going to connect with that person or sign that contract if it doesn't feel right. So you've really been sitting with this energy. And the Queen of Wands is very magnetic. So very attractive, very magnetic. You might be attracting all sorts of people and things and opportunities here, and discussions, clear discussions around the contracts. These might be things, but the Queen of Wands is very warm. So with this energy and the Ace of Feathers, you would expect that even though you're being very direct and clear with how you're communicating, there's potentially going to have a positive response to that because of the warmth of the Queen of Wands. So the energy around you, we've got the Three of Swords. There's something really right next to the Nine of Swords, like there's something that's been really obviously making you unhappy, and this is what you're wanting to walk away from. So like I said, that Three of Swords could be anything that has popped up, and the universe, I feel like it's very much connected to that energy of the triple conjunction that occurred in the sign of Taurus at the beginning of August. Something was shifting and changing there, and it's been asking you to shift and change with it. And so it might have brought this Three of Swords energy up for you, which is weirdly like, I know like it's not easy energy. The Three of Swords can be not the easiest energy to deal with, but I feel like it's kind of made something uncomfortable enough that you're wanting to make a change here with this, and that's feels like a very positive shift. They're reminding me of where the oyster only makes a pearl and it only requires 1 grain of sand as an irritant or something that but it takes a long period of time to make its pearl, but it starts with that energy of irritation, which reminds me of the Three of Swords. So it's one of those things that eventually it may seem like a blessing in disguise. It just may not feel like it right this minute. So hopes and fears, we've got the Three of Cups. I would say this is a hope, celebrating something, celebrating a win here, which is really great. So the Three of Cups may be where you've tried and things just haven't worked out for whatever reason as well. This could have been something that failed even, that just, didn't get off the ground or didn't work or wasn't clear. But we have as the outcome the Hierophant. And this is where, with this and the Justice energy, that Hierophant is something you're wanting to commit to. So Justice is new contract, very clear about it, and are you going to commit to it or not with the Hierophant energy? So, fantastic. And that's why we've got the 10 of Pentacles coming in. So I think, like, for you guys, Virgo, there is potentially a changing of the priorities of responsibilities and commitments. The universe is almost like forcing this upon you in a way, like or at least pointing to this going, that's not working for you, so where are we going to shift and change this? So you're making a really, really positive change here that's coming through. Now, for some of you, the Ace of Feathers is like I said, it's developing new ideas around your work. It's some sort of, could be a brilliant new project that could be really, really successful, brilliant new ideas that you're working on that really, really successful. Maybe there's a new way of communicating somebody that could be really, really successful. There's a lot of success around this. So that's why we've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is the card of achievement. You've put a lot in. You are putting a lot into something, and you're going to reap the rewards with the 10 of Pentacles, because this is putting like rewards for hard work. It's a sense of, I've put in as much as I can and I've got to the level that I want to get to. So this may be where the end goal is. This may be that you are being recognized this week or this fortnight for something. You may be getting some kind of recognition or awards or anything like that. It doesn't have to necessarily be an award. It could just be someone saying great job, or you're really good at that, or just seeing you. So that's like in itself a recognition and reward. But this 10 of Pentacles is saying pretty much well done, and that if this is something new that you're starting here with the Ace of Feathers, this could go all the way with the 10 of Pentacles. It's a big thing. It represents security, new commitments, new contracts around security, and new ideas around it. So, that's pretty much the big thing that's coming through with all of this, Virgo. So let's pull an affirmation card for you and see what's coming in. Ooh, 2 have come out. Actually, I want to put these back in. We'll see. I don't feel like they're right. It says, it's only a thought and a thought can be changed. Okay. I am not limited by any past thinking. That Ace of Feathers, the Ace of Swords is just like, no, I'm getting rid of all of that. I choose my thoughts with care. It's exactly what you're doing. I constantly have new insights and new ways of looking at my world. I'm willing to change and grow. So, these new insights are bringing really, really positive change to those things that feel like stable commitments in your world, which is going to be really fantastic. So, especially around your work or things you're working on. So, let's pull a charm for you. We have the cross. It's interesting because if you turn this around the other way, it's a peace symbol. But it's, what are you sacrificing here for something further down the track? Have you given too much of yourself and you kind of have burnt out in some way, or it hasn't been fair? Or is there something that you're letting go of now for something better further down the track? So interesting. And if we turn it the other way, it's about standing on your own 2 feet and finding peace with a situation. So it's kind of strangely, they're showing me you can flip and turn it. So you're turning something around where you're potentially feeling a little bit overburdened into this energy of finding peace and standing on your own 2 feet and doing things on your own terms. So that's an interesting energy to come through. And it just feels like, yeah, a big turnaround, which is really fantastic. So, which could feel like, you know, a real breakthrough. So this is a really fantastic energy to come in and start your season with, Virgo. It's just kind of like I'm just getting things in order and sorting some stuff out and getting some structures back in place that needed to kind of be rearranged and moved around. So that's a really good start to where it is that this energy of your season is taking you. And yeah, it could be very exciting new commitments coming through, or negotiation of new commitments anyway. New energies, big energies coming in. So that's it, Virgo. I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now. We're going to see what's coming in the near future and the future beyond. We've got contracts, legal decisions with the justice energy. We've got commitments coming in with the Hierophant. Where is this all going? So that feels like it's like a little bit of sign on the dot. Something official is happening here, but then it's like, right, now you've kind of committed to something, or, you know, you're moving to something bigger. How is it going to play out? Where's it moving towards? What sort of things are supporting it? Where's it going further down the future, further down the track? So we're going to just explore it a little bit further. We're also going to look at how to manage the energy, the potential of the energy that's coming in at this moment in time. It actually feels pretty easy to work with. But what I'm getting here, Virgo, is that, and you know, all energy is potential, is it's really about landing something big, like this solid thing, working with that. And so I feel like that's kind of just wanting to work with that energy, that something grounds down into our reality here. And so what's the best way to kind of get what it is that you want landing in your world at this moment in time? So we're going to look at how to manage the energy and all these things, as well as any clarifiers or extra intuitive messages. So that's all in the extended reading. Love it if you come over. The link is in the description box below. Usually pin the link to the comments as well. Please make sure you watch your sun, moon and rising if you know where they are, Virgo, because that will give you the complete picture of what's going on for you. And please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and take care.